Hey guys, what's up? It's Molly. I'm here today to do another new makeup releases video. Today is February 2nd, so I'll be talking about the things that have released over the last week, with one exception. There was one thing that I meant to speak on in last week's video that I totally forgot to. So I figure I will just go ahead and get started, let you guys know what my thoughts are on these things, if there's anything I'm planning on picking up, and what I'm going to be skipping over. Okay, the first thing I'm going to talk about, BH Cosmetics is releasing these blush palettes. There's 9 of them. It looks like it's for a Valentine's Day collection. I like the fact that it's not an eyeshadow palette. When I first saw it, I assumed that they were little quads, but no, they're blushes, and I love that. And it goes from really light shades to really, really deep, rich, chocolatey shades that would be gorgeous on deep skin tones, at least I think. I like the BH Cosmetics blush palettes. I actually use one in my professional makeup kit. So I think that they make great products. Let's see, these are going to be $12 a piece. There's matte and shimmer finishes. So I guess if you know that you only like matte blushes, this probably isn't an option for you, or not a great option anyways. But it's going to be available tomorrow, February 3rd, and it looks like it's going to be on their website. So I don't really have anything else that I'm going to be purchasing from BH right now, so I won't be picking one of these up, but I can definitely appreciate the aesthetic, and I do like them. If there was something else that they were releasing that had drawn my attention, I would definitely pick one of these up, but making a standalone order just for a blush palette, it isn't going to happen. Okay, Milk Makeup is also releasing a Valentine's Day collection. Their Modern Love collection features an eyeshadow palette, some gel liners, and some lip glosses. When they teased this, I was incredibly excited about it, but now that we've seen the reveal, I'm just, no. It's definitely saving me money though, because last week's video, if I had bought everything that I wanted, which was I think only like 2 things, but they were expensive things, it would have been a really expensive week. And I didn't get everything that I wanted, but so it's a good thing that I don't like this, because I would have felt this pull to get a review up and blah, blah, blah. But okay, the gel liners, I don't want a copper or a silver liner. Just don't want it. The glosses, I would maybe wear the rose one. I think it's the shade Johnny Rose. It's the only wearable shade in the collection. But it also looks incredibly shimmery, and I just don't really want a shimmery lip gloss, typically. That's not what I'm reaching for. The palette, like the last 3 shades, the silver, the dark gray, and the black are just completely throwing me off. I can understand the black for like lining purposes, but at the same time, I really don't think that it's necessary to include blacks in palettes all the time. And I'm just I don't like the color story at all. It just seems like a swing and a miss for me personally, and that's okay. So I'm going to skip over those. It doesn't say how much they cost, but it's going to be available on the 7th online, and then on Valentine's Day at Sephora. I don't know if it'll be in store or just online. So that's that. Next, we've got Urban Decay. They're releasing their new Wired collection. So there's a pressed pigment palette that is full of bright shades, which I think is really beautiful. It's actually called the Wired palette. That retails for $39. And it says it's 10 pans of pressed pigments in shockingly bright yet ultra blendable shades for face, eye, and body. Realistically, I would use this on my eyes and that's it. But, so that's that. Then there's the Wired 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. And then the Wired Transforming Liner. This one looks really interesting. It's a double-ended eyeliner and top coat that like transforms it into this like duochrome sort of shade. So yeah, it's got a black liquid liner on one end and an iridescent transforming top coat powder with sponge tip applicator on the other. I'm kind of curious about the packaging and how that works, but so that is something that I am really curious about. And then there's the Vice Lip Chemistry. This is a it says a lasting glassy tint. These are $22. I don't think I mentioned, did I mention the price? Both of the eyeliners are $22. And then the lip tint is $22 as well. But it's one of those that reacts to your pH. There's 4 different shades, 5 different shades. I can't count today. And I don't know. I would be curious. I'm kind of curious to try one of those lip tints. I don't know that any of these shades are the one. I don't know. I would maybe try the red. I feel like a sheer red lip is really flattering for a lot of people, myself included. So I might try that at some point in the future. I'm really curious about the double-ended liner situation that they have going on. That sounds really cool. So, and the eyeshadow palette, I can definitely appreciate it. Like I do kind of want to get it for the green shades. There's like a Kelly green and then like a chartreuse, but I have those shades. I don't need it. I also like the fact that there's a couple of pastels. I like it. If I didn't have a palette that had brights in it, I think I would probably pick this up, but I don't wear brights often. I'm still holding out for that Sugar Pill Fun Size palette, but I don't know that that's ever going to come back in stock because I've been on the emailing list for months, like 6 months probably. So I don't know. I might get this. I might not. I'm on the fence about it. We'll just kind of have to see how things shake out as time goes on. And as far as whether or not it's limited edition, I have absolutely no idea. It's going to be available March 14th online February 14th online, at Urban Decay, or March 1st at Sephora. Okay, Viseart just released this collection. This is the Edit collection. It includes an eyeshadow palette and some lip products, it looks like. So a 12 shade eyeshadow palette. And it doesn't say anything about the lips. Okay, so the eyeshadow palette is $39. So I'm guessing it's one of their smaller palettes because the bigger Viseart palettes are $80. This reminds me a whole lot of one of the new ColourPop palettes. I think it's the You're a Cutie palette. So if I was going to choose one of the two, I would choose the ColourPop one because it's so much less. I mean, it's not a ton less because this is cheap for Viseart, but it is still less than this. So, and I feel like I like that color story just a little bit better. I don't know. There's just certain colors in this one throw me off. Like the Saint Germain one, it's the blue, like blue-gray shimmer in the bottom corner. That one, I don't know. Sometimes just one shade will throw me off of a palette, and sometimes one shade is like all I want. But yeah, so I'm going to pass on that. Okay, Physicians Formula is releasing this new collab. This is, they collaborated with Exterior Glam. I don't know who that is. Phonica K is her name. It looks like she's a Instagram influencer. I could be wrong. So this is the Rosé All Day collection. You got a face palette, which includes blush, highlight, 4 eyeshadows, and a perfume and a velvet lip color for $19.99. And it says that all the formulas are enriched with rose extract to help soothe, calm, and hydrate and formulated with antioxidant-rich kakadu plum, the richest vitamin C source of any fruit. I don't ever see these Physicians Formula palettes in store ever anywhere. And even if I did, I don't think I would pick it up because the packaging is just so bulky, and I don't know why that bothers me, but it does. I would buy this for the perfume, the lip thing, and the 2 face products. You know, the eyeshadows really don't excite me. There's nothing about those that says, oh my gosh, I need this. Those are just, they're kind of boring, but I like the cheek products and the rest of it. I mean, I assume the perfume smells good. It could smell terrible though. That's probably not a safe assumption. So I don't know. Because of the packaging and how bulky it is though, I'm just going to skip it. If I want to try some of their cheek products, I will. The only Physicians Formula cheek product or face product I've ever tried was the butter bronzer, and I love it. So I really don't know why I haven't tried more. I've heard that their butter blushes are really good. I've heard their butter highlighters are really good. So I would like to give it a try, just not in this giant packaging, I guess. I also don't know who Exterior Glam is. So there's not that like connection to an influencer that's pulling me in, which is good. I don't need to spend the money. Okay, we have some ColourPop. This one I think is actually really pretty. This is their, what is it? They're All That eyeshadow palette for $18. So it looks like there are at least 2 pressed glitters in here. So it's got glitters, mattes, and shimmers. But the swatches look really pretty. And I am only slightly tempted by it. Like, I feel like this is what the Melt palette was trying to do, but ColourPop did it better. I hope that doesn't offend, but it just, I like the ColourPop aesthetic better. So that's $18. Then there's the Better Together Glitterly Obsessed Mini Trio for $12. That's an easy skip. I do have a Glitterly Obsessed, and I do use it for like glam looks or Halloween. But I just don't wear glitter that often, so I feel like I'm good there. I don't need to get a trio of them. And then there's, let's see, Tender Love and Care Just a Tint, or a mini Just a Tint lip trio. Is it a trio? It is a trio. And then Hustler Cream Gel Liner and Color. I don't really understand. Oh, I thought that this was sold in a set, which I didn't understand at all. I was like, why? They're the same color. But you can get the liner or the pot. So the liner is $6, the pot is $7. My gosh, they just have so much for their collections. Then there's the Candy Hearts Illuminating Face Mist, which isn't in the pick. It also doesn't say what it costs. There's faux lashes for $18 or $8. Come on, Molly. You can get the palette and lip set for $25, the whole collection for $60. And then Soul Body is releasing a couple of things. There's a dry oil in soft pink, and then one of their face and body highlighters in soft pink as well for $10. And the set is $18. I still am kind of curious about the face and body highlighters by Soul Body. I wouldn't mind trying one of those. And soft pink sounds pretty. I don't know. Maybe that would be the color I would choose. And then Forthright Beauty has a mini set, Stay the Night for $18. It looks like you get a cleansing oil, which I heard was really good. I want to say Jessica Braun mentioned it in her favorites for the month. So that's cool. And then there's a cleanser, a milk mist, and a face milk. So, or you can get the full collection, the whole shebang, everything I just mentioned for $90. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing a double take. I guess, I mean, I did say that the eyeshadow palette is pretty, and it is pretty, but I don't know that I need it. I don't need to spend $18 on it right now. I did buy the Natasha Denona face palette that just came out. I skipped over the eyeshadow palette after seeing reviews. They were not good. But the face palette, I went ahead and got that. But so that, and then I signed up for flash shipping at Sephora. It's like $15 for the whole year. You get it 1 to 2 business days later. I think business days. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just like days, in which case it should be getting here like today or tomorrow, which would be really, really exciting. But anyways, all this to say that was $70 without tax. So my makeup budget needs to I need to chill out a bit, because that was the first of the month and I already spent $70 of my budget. So I am, if I'm more discerning in these videos the rest of the month, that is why. Okay. But I can still appreciate things and, tell you if they're beautiful. Okay. P. Louise. They have a Valentine's collection as well, which, okay, I also love the fact that brands are releasing Valentine's collections. I love Valentine's Day. That was my due date with my son, so it will always be this very special day for me. Like, I don't think of it as a romantic day, but it's just like there's this nostalgia associated with it, you know? And he came a few days early, so I got to celebrate that Valentine's Day with him, and he's been my little Valentine ever since. Like, I love Valentine's Day because of it so much. It's kind of like our holiday. So, getting back to the makeup, now that I told you how much I love Valentine's Day, and therefore also anything Valentine's related just kind of gets my heart going. P. Louise is releasing a Valentine's Day collection. It doesn't say what the name of the collection is, but there's a face palette with 18 eyeshadows and 2 highlighters. And then there's a prime and define in new metallic shades. There's a silver, gold, copper, and gunmetal. So these are going to be available February 10th online at their website, P. Louise Makeup Academy. So the highlighters in the palette look to be incredibly chunky. If you look at the pictures closely, you can see all of the glitter flecks, and I don't want that. So that right away is a no-go. And I'm not really interested in the color story of the palette. There are a lot of really, really rich red tones. And like I said last week with the Norvina Volume 3 palette, I just don't wear matte reds often enough to justify purchasing this. So I'm going to skip that. And I'm also going to skip the Prime and Define. I do like this. I like the silver shade specifically. That shade is kind of pulling at me. And if that's still available in the future when P. Louise releases something that I am genuinely interested in, I will pick it up. But I'm not going to be making a separate purchase right now just for that, because A, I'm going to have to pay shipping, and B, I'm going to have to pay shipping. Like, that's the only reason. So I'm just going to lust after that from afar. Okay, Huda Beauty has these kits for Valentine's Day. Gosh, I love Valentine's Day. So it looks like this is a collaboration with Kay Ali. I don't know who that is. But each kit is $39. You get this little pouch, which I really wish that it did not say Huda Beauty or Kay Ali or Kay Ali. I don't know. I don't know who that is. I wish it was just like a heart-shaped pouch, because I would love that. I love heart-shaped things. Heart-shaped sunglasses. I really want a pair of those. But anyways, so you get one of the already established Huda Beauty Mini Obsessions palettes. Is it a Mini Obsessions? I don't think Mini is in there. There's a Topaz Obsessions and then the Ruby Obsessions palettes. And then the nude one then comes with a nude liquid lip, and the red one comes with a red liquid lip. And then they each come with a perfume. So I guess Kay Ali is a perfume brand? It's just a hashtag, and I don't know, like, there's not a Instagram page that it's linked to, so I have no idea who Kay Ali is. But anyways, so these are, as I said, they're $39 a piece. They were available January 31st. I don't know that this is going to be coming to the United States, which is 100% not a big deal. So I can totally appreciate these. I do. If I was going to pick one up, I would go with the red one, mainly because I want that red lip. And the Ruby Obsessions palette does look really pretty. I think that's a nice way of doing a ruby red Valentine's Day sort of theme, is the specific color story that they have in that palette. I do like that. So if that was available here, I would maybe pick it up. I don't know. Honestly, they're not new products, so I could always just go and get that palette or go and get that lipstick. I don't care about the perfume. I don't care about the pouch. So I probably wouldn't actually get it. Okay, I'm on the fence about that one. Let's move on. Makeup Revolution has a new concealer. This is the Conceal and Define Infinite XL. So it says it's full coverage, long wear, offers 16-hour wear with 20% more pigment, 20% more coverage. Don't know where they got those percentages, but whatever. We're going to roll with it. Crease proof, cakeless, breathable, natural second skin finish in 60 shades for $10. 60 shades. That's really impressive. You know, if I was in the market for a new concealer, I would give this one a try. But I'm not in the market for a new concealer currently. I completely fell in love with a different, newer release that I will discuss in my favorites video for the month. So I'm kind of good right now. But I do love the fact that it's a drugstore priced concealer. That's amazing. And I will keep it in mind for the future. Okay, moving along, Ofra. Let's talk about Ofra. So Ofra has these new Bossy eye shades. They're $15 each, which seems really cheap. I feel like Ofra should be charging more than that, but that's cool. So there's 4 different shades. They look really pretty. There's a champagne, a bronze, a gold, and a rose gold. They, like I said, they do look really beautiful. It's a lightweight formula that will blend seamlessly and set quickly. Makes me a little nervous. How quickly? You don't want it to be too quick, but you also don't want it to be not quick. I don't know. I don't wear these very often. I have the Milk Makeup. It's just like this, but it's in a tube. I have that. And I pulled it in for my Shop My Stash this month and I used it once. So actually, I think I might have pulled it in December and kept it in for January because I didn't use it in December. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So my point, I just don't really use them that often. I don't know. I feel like they're not super user friendly. So I'm going to skip over this for now. This is definitely something that I might pick up at some point in the future, but for right now, I'm good. Okay, Makeup a Murder is an indie brand, and they've released this eyeshadow palette and a sponge. So there's the Partner in Crime eyeshadow palette for $34. It says there are 6 diamond eyeshadows, 2 creamy satin mattes. Satin and matte are 2 different things, so which is it? I don't know. And then 2 velvety soft matte shades. Okay. It's pretty. It is pretty. There's nothing really pulling me in. I'm not crazy about the aesthetic, the blood spatter on it. And I love true crime. I love true crime. If you look at my list of podcasts, it's true crime and parenting. Like that's it. And then like kids podcasts. So huge fan of true crime here, but I just don't really want, I don't know, when I'm doing my makeup, I don't want to think about people being murdered. It's my happy time. So, and then I follow it with murder. Podcasts. Okay, so I'm just not really into it. The sponge, my Real Technique sponge works just fine. This one looks really porous, like really porous, which tells me that it would just suck up even more product than most sponges do. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe it's just because of the dark color. Maybe it's because of the picture. I don't actually know, but it's not something that is pulling me in. And I don't know how much that costs. It doesn't say. It's a duo. Why is it a duo? Apparently you get a big one and a little one. These were available February 1st online at makeupamurder.com. I don't actually know if that's their URL. Hourglass has 4 new palettes. These are their ambient lighting palettes. They're trios. There's the diffuser edit, the dim edit, ethereal edit, and luminous edit. I really want to try one so bad. I have no idea what these cost. I don't have the money for it. Maybe in March, but gosh, that's so far away. It's only February. So it just says that it's coming soon. So it's not even available now. I can just chill out. I don't need to worry about it. It's going to be at Sephora. All right. let's talk about nail polish. I haven't talked about nail polish. Have I talked about nail polish? I don't think I have. Lights Lacquer, Kathleen Lights' nail polish company, they're releasing a Valentine's Day color. It's red. I love red nail polish. That being said, I have a red nail polish, but I kind of do want to try some of hers, support her, try a new formula, see what I think. It's cruelty free, which is huge, because I think what I have downstairs is OPI and they're not cruelty free. And it's also like probably 15 years old. I don't know what happens to nail polish after that long. Maybe it's fine. I also have not painted my nails, really. I used to wear red nail polish like all the time, but then I had my son, and babies put your fingers in their mouths, and I didn't want him to put his fingers in my fingers in his mouth when I had red nail polish on, so I just stopped using it. I don't know. That's my story. I could always start using it again, but I don't know that now's the time. Anyways, it's available January 30th. I would totally pick this up if I was in the market for a new nail polish, now that I'm talking about this and talking it through, I think I probably am in the market for a new nail polish. What do I want to say? This is one that I want, but I'm probably not going to get. Just because I don't want to place an order and pay shipping. I'm cheap. Okay. Too Faced. Too Faced has these new trios also. So it's the light highlighting palette for $42. And it's in their Born This Way collection. So it's, you've got their new Born This Way eyeshadow, their Born This Way concealer, their Born This Way, God, Too Faced with your collections. Born This Way foundation. It's just what they do. They find a theme and they run with it and they drive it home. So now they have face palettes. I don't really understand why. Because they're just highlighters. 3 different highlighters that look real similar. I would have preferred if they had done like a blush and highlight or a blush, bronzer, and highlight palette. But those can be tricky too because undertones can get kind of wacky. There's 4 different shades, and it goes from fair, like it looks like it's pretty fair, to maybe medium deep. There's nothing for deep skin. So the shade range is not good. Not good at all. Which, are we even really that surprised considering Too Faced and their history and just kind of how they are? I don't know. Maybe that's unfair. Maybe it's completely fair. You decide. But I'm not going to get this. I don't want to spend $42 on 3 highlights. Don't want to. Not gonna. Okay, Kiko. Kiko. I get those two confused. Kiko Milano has a new Tuscan Sunshine collection. So there's a perfecting powder for $18. The packaging of these, by the way, look beautiful. Radiant bronzer for $18, which is a silky satin finish bronzer with lily scent in 2 shades. Whew. Blush, $18. Ooh. Iris scent. I don't know what irises smell like, or lilies for that matter. And you can get 3 shades in that. And then there's a transforming face cleanser for $9. Shiny lip stylo. It's a radiant wet look lipstick stylo with jasmine scent in 6 shades. Primer mascara for $10. Nourishing lip oil for $14. Hollow lip gloss for $10. Which gives you a holographic effect pearly lip gloss. That's what it is. Luminous foundation. Yes, please. $22. I would like to try that. It doesn't say how many shades there are. It says there's a face palette with 2 highlighters and 2 multi-finish blushes. Don't know what that costs. Oh, the face palette. Oh my gosh. $22. Sorry. The foundation is only available in 8 shades. 8. Okay. Probably won't be getting that either. Mainly because when there's such a limited shade range, it doesn't just affect the extremely fair and the extremely deep. It affects everyone in between because undertones. Undertones are different for people. And you seriously do need at least 35, 40 shades to do it well. So 8 shades is, I'm not even going to assume that they're going to have my undertone. Okay, then there's a gel to water face cream. Don't care about that. Eyeshadow palette, $18 each. I'm confused. I don't know if there's more than one palette because it says eyeshadow palettes. I don't know. Exfoliating face scrub. God, there's so much stuff. It's insane. 2-in-1 brush, an all over stick. There's not all of this stuff is pictured. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious about the bronzer. The perfecting powder looks kind of interesting because it's got like some highlighting properties, but that also kind of reminds me of one of my fails for the month, which was the NYX powder. The glassy finishing powder. Oh boy, that was bad. I would love to try a blush. I would love to try some of these products. I just don't really know which ones. The eyeshadow palette looks honestly beautiful. At first I thought it was boring, but I do really like this color story, and it's small and compact and it would be travel friendly, and I like that. So that is something that I'm curious about. The blushes I would be curious about. The highlighters or the face palette, I don't want that. I don't really care about the lip things. I don't know. I don't know much about Kiko Milano and their shipping policies or prices. I don't know, but I do know that they have released several products in the past like 6 months that I've been really, really curious about. So I think at some point in the relatively near future, I will place an order with them. They're definitely a brand that I want to try, and some of these products are included in that. Okay, this ship has totally sailed. Like, I am really late to the game, but I wanted to still talk about it. The ABH Amrezy palette. So, as I'm sure you all know, it's 16 shades instead of 14, so you're getting 2 extra shades for the same price, $49. I think that's what the other ones retail for. They used to be $42. Oh, and then they jumped up to $45, and now apparently this one's $49. Whatever. They've included pressed glitters. Not super crazy about that. I did swatch a couple of these shades in store, and they were really pretty, but I don't really care about it. It feels like it's a combination of Modern Renaissance, Soft Glam, Norvina, and Sultry. Like, it's those 4 palettes combined into one palette. And honestly, sometimes ABH shadows are kind of hard to work with. So I'm not going to pick it up, but I do think that it's pretty, and what I did swatch was really, really gorgeous. But like I said, it seems like a combination of those 4 palettes, 3 of which I have. The only one I don't have is the Norvina palette. So, you know, this one is available now. I've heard good things. I've heard not great things. It is what it is. But at any rate, that is all of the new makeup releases and an old one for this week. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for being here with me. I would love to know what your thoughts are on these new releases, so you should comment that down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.